Hey, Tech Explorer City.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
it's been
sir.
long.
It's been a while. It's been about a minute, yeah?
Yeah. So how have you been coping? How's Tech?
My life is good. Tech's, it's been pretty interesting. There's like a lot of new phones coming out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we haven't gotten our hands on like tablets and watches and the rest, but I mean, that shows you how much we've been occupied with just phones coming out. Tecno has been active, Infinix has been active.
Samsung, Realme and the rest.
Realme,
yes.
Even Nothing phone.
Exactly.
There's a lot happening in the tech space, and
yes.
I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
It's a good time to be alive.
You can say that again. So today, the main reason why you're here is I'm totally aware that you have the Tecno Camon40
right here,
Pro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
I know you've used it for a while now.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share your experience with us. I don't want to come get the phone and start saying what I don't know,
exactly.
based on the fact that you've been with the phone for a couple of times and I've seen your review and that was great. So now
a little too good, because I think I got accused that I'm sponsored by Tecno.
Exactly. You're giving them all the good
exactly.
stuff. I was like, well, this will not have any bad side because we're giving it all the good stuff. Let's start with the obvious that everybody's talking about. The camera. How good is it?
Now everything we're going to speak about today should be relative to the price.
Okay.
That's the first thing people need to understand. There's two things I want people to understand before we get started. This is the Tecno Camon40 Pro 4G, not the 5G version. Because a lot of people are like, it's a downgrade from
previous
30, the Camon 30 Pro 5G.
Yeah.
This is not the 5G version, so reduce your expectations. Now, considering this phone cost about 353,000, that's like the official rate.
Okay.
But personally, I got this for like 370,000.
Oh.
But trust me, with what you get out of this phone, that's still pretty impressive. You understand?
Yes.
Now, for the cameras, at the price, I'm getting this. Very impressive. Very impressive, especially in night mode.
Oh, are they actually triple 50 megapixel camera?
No, it has one 50 megapixels rear camera, then a 50 megapixel selfie camera.
Okay, the remaining two are the rear.
These are AI and wide lens, all that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, the camera is amazing for its price range. The only downside or the only drawback for me is the fact that there's no 4K resolution. It stops at 2K resolution. That 2K, don't mind that. So yeah, apart from that, it's amazing. Like I said, one of my takeaways, what I'm most impressed with, it's night mode.
Okay.
It tries so much. This phone comes with so much AI features.
You
had the Camon40, the base edition.
Yeah.
So it does this thing where it cleans up the dark parts and the shadows.
Okay.
So you don't see a lot of, in fact, you can rarely find noise in night pictures.
Wow, that's cool.
Very impressive with the camera. For the selfies, very impressive. Again, not like outstanding, not great or anything, but when you look at the price to what you're getting compared to flagships, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
From your experience so far, you say that the camera is like, let's say, a scale of 1 to 10?
A scale of 1 to 10 for the price range. Within, if you want to talk about phones within this category, I'll give this a 7, 8. Yeah, I'll say 7. Let's say 7.
That's nice. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's above average.
Pretty decent.
That's cool.
So for a photographer or a videographer trying to get something for that amount, and for a vlog or content creation, really average person to go for
100%. If your budget is under 400,000 naira and you want to use a phone for photography and take vlogs, videos and vlogs, 100%, I can say, this is going to take good care of you. Like you're not going to really have a lot to worry about. Moreover, we have third-party applications. So for me, if you want to use it professionally, my only advice would be to get a third-party application like the Blackmagic camera app, so you can have full control of the camera.
Yes.
Because that's another downside to this. The pro mode in the settings only gives you access to pictures. You can't control the video with the pro mode, but you can have full access to all the parameters with photography. So for a photographer, then you can just go straight in and dial in your parameters. But if you're looking to do video, then maybe look at a third-party application that will give you full control to those parameters. So for me, I think that's about it.
That's nice. Yeah. So another thing that was obvious was this flash snap button of a thing.
I mean, you've experienced that already with your Camon. It's the same thing. It's on your Camon40 and it's on this Camon40 Pro.
No difference.
So, the same thing. Like, It gives you instant access to your
moving
camera.
object, yeah.
Once you press the button right here, instantly the camera opens, and instantly if anything is passing, it takes a picture. Now you can also just one tap to open, one tap to take a picture, so it's like quick
response action.
Yes, but then this is powered by AI. So what it does is when you take a picture, it actually takes a couple of pictures. Like with that one take, it takes like 5 to 10 pictures at once.
Yeah.
Then it finds the best one and then gives you that. Wow. Yeah. So it sort of avoids that motion. So you can rarely find any motion blur or like any bad take, you know, when you use it. Yeah. So it's, I mean, I know they're going to improve on it, but for what it is right now, it's actually very impressive.
Okay. Then some people were saying something about the design, that it has a reminder that the design actually rings a bell, like kind of Samsung look-alike in the past or something.
Well, come on, everyone is copying everyone today. Everyone is copying, even in the car industry. Come on, you can see Toyotas now looking like BMs, and Mercedes. You can see Kias looking. So everyone is copying everybody. You get what I'm saying? But it's you know, being able to add your own uniqueness to that blueprint, that's what makes it, you know, different. And they've done that. You know, there's been, like you said, it has like the Samsung almost kind of look, but then you have the breathing light here
and the flashlight,
and this flashlight, which is unique to Tecno. And then, you know, they stole this from Apple's, you know, what they call that?
That's the action button.
Action button. Yeah. But then they've also redesigned it to suit them and to do a different thing.
Yes.
So even though this also calls your AI, you can use this to activate AI when you long press it.
Nice.
Then when you double tap, you have your flash snap, or you can remap this button. So you can remap it to flashlights like I have here.
Okay.
So instead of like opening the camera, I can have it to open my flashlight. You can remap it to maybe voice recording. Like there's a lot of other options you can remap it to, which is impressive.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
All for this price range.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Another stuff. Another stuff. I've seen a couple of videos where people go swimming with the phone and does it actually survive water? Or you guys are just pulling our legs?
Yeah, those are straight up hashtag rich kids, you know what I'm saying? Rich kids. Now, yes, this is impressive with an IP68 69 rating. Which means it's not just about splash. It can actually survive, you know, up to 1 meter underwater. But obviously, I'm not going to do that. Now, my money I use buy out. You understand? Yeah, so if you feel like you can afford to take that chance, well, it is certified, so it should survive. I mean, we have the likes of Valor doing that test for us. So if you want to be sure, go to Valor's page, watch one of the videos, and maybe ask him if it still survives. So
then about the battery life.
Very, very impressive. Very impressive. The charging speed is decent. It's not outstanding. I think it's a 45 watts charger. It charges full for me in under an hour. And then there's the AI battery optimization. So when you charge it, there are 3 modes. There's the hyper mode, which juices up really quickly. But I wouldn't advise it on the long run because you might end up damaging your batteries. So it has the smart mode, it has the normal mode, and it has the hyper mode. So if you're like in a hurry, then you can just use the hyper mode and get it juiced up real quick. Yeah, but if you're just chilling, your house, you just use the smart mode. So when the battery is full, it cuts off the power it's supplying to the phone. And also when you're using the phone and the battery gets full, it goes into bypass mode. So it uses the power to optimize your processor instead of charging the battery. So I mean, it's pretty really like it's packed with a lot of really interesting things.
Also, they have this phone.
Tecno they pay me money, so why I go hype for them? No, for real, like. The fact that I still have the phone is testament to how much. Because normally by now I would change and get something else and just try something else out. But I'm still very intrigued with what this phone is doing and what it's able to do for its price.
Now, what's the fun of having a decent looking phone without a nice display? So about the display.
Display is amazing. Like it makes it very engaging. Like it makes you want to consume content. And I'm a sucker for curved screens. So the CAMON40 is a flat display. This has curved edges. It's a curved screen, curved back, that whole thing. Now a lot of people are afraid of those curved things, but this guy comes with a very solid screen protection, Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. So people don't, we are used to Samsung curved screens giving us all the headache in the world. But what we fail to realize is these new devices come with really impressive technology you know, with the screen protections and all of that.
Being able to withstand.
So yeah, so you can actually survive a lot more drops and, you know, trouble, if I should say so. So I love curved screens, and this is very responsive. The touch fingerprints, you know, unlock is extremely responsive.
Yeah.
I just love it. Like, everything about the display makes you want to be on your phone.
Okay.
You understand?
What's the resolution like?
The resolution is excellent. It's 1080 by 2436 pixels.
Nice.
So decent again for its price.
Yeah.
Very, very decent. Gaming is immersive. The colors pop. You know, the shadows, the contrast, everything is just the way you want it to be. Colors and skin tones are natural looking. I mean, Tecno, they try. Like, I always try to look for faults. You understand? But one thing I've noticed with them is, it's like they listen to us a lot when we do reviews. Because I remember when I started off, there were a lot of things I was always, you know,
picking up.
Yeah, you know, about Tecno devices. And as they keep releasing new devices, they keep answering those questions and solving those problems. So, and that's what we're doing. That's why we are here. We're here to push these companies to be better. Exactly. And Tecno is listening. So I can't fault them for that. You get, yes.
The screen is awesome, right? Now, for people that are always under the sun, inside, what can you tell us about the brightness?
So for this device, there is no specified peak brightness. Yeah, but from experience, I've been using this phone for about a month now or so.
Yeah.
Give or take. I've never had any reason to want more brightness.
Both indoors and outdoors?
Indoors, excellent, of course. And even when you want to not strain your eyes and you pull the brightness down, it goes down, like you can almost take it to 0.
And you can see your screen
very, very clearly, very well, operate your phone, you know, without any problems. And when you're under the sun, it also goes really bright. No specific brightness, and I've not tested it myself, but all I know is you're not going to struggle, you know, under the sun or have any issues indoors.
Let's move to the good part that people want to say about the performance, because you did mention about gaming. Gaming is perfect
when it comes to the processing and the chipsets and you know, the power, the performance.
Yes,
this one has had a lot of people on its case, like, you know,
why? Because
they are used to the MediaTek Dimensity on the 30 Pro 5G, and that's where I try to make them understand that this is the 40 Pro 4G. So the 5G would have the MediaTek Dimensity, but this comes with the G100 Ultimate.
Okay.
Now, don't get it twisted. Like, I've not had any issues with this phone in terms of gaming or multitasking or media consumption, anything. So I don't know why a lot of people are having problem online with, like, why does it come with the G100? Why is it not having the MediaTek Dimensity?
Because they're thinking that it's actually a downgrade, not an upgrade.
Now,
from the 30.
Now, there's the thing with technology. There's how you can balance, you know, processors with optimization. There are software optimizations that are put in place to make sure that even when you have a small chipset, the performance of the device can be great. And Tecno has done that excellently well with the CAMON40 Pro 4G. So the G100 Ultimate, yes, it's not going to give you the highest settings on like with playing like your flagship with those games like Call of Duty and PUBG Mobile. You have to play them at medium graphic settings or, you know, smooth or whatever. But when you do play it in those settings, you really don't have any like experiences with lags and all of that issues. And it has a 120 Hz refresh rate display, so scrolling is excellent, very fluid and responsive. And even in gaming, it has a pretty decent frame rate as well. So I mean, I would just say forget about the G100 Ultimate. If your budget is under 400,000, this is just the phone to get.
Nice. How about the software? Does it come with Android 14 or 15?
Android 15 right out of the box with about 3 years software updates promised.
That's nice. 3 years.
3 years.
That's really nice. And what's the RAM size and storage like?
Yeah, so this comes with 8 GB of RAM, expandable to 16 GB. So you have 8 virtual and, you know, 8 physical. Yes. So storage is 256, which is really good. Yeah. And
with expandable SD card?
No. So this has no expandable SD, but I think you can get expandable SD on the CAMON40. But the CAMON40 Pro is fixed.
Wow. Should have given like a 256. You know, like 512.
At 353,000. So I think 256 is excellent. What exactly are you going to put in your phone?
Yeah, that's not bad as well.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the more juicy, interesting part of it.
Okay.
The AIs.
Yo, that's a topic for like, yo, that can be its own discussion. You know what I'm saying? So it is packed. Like, it is extremely packed. Once you open the Tecno AI tab, you have Ella voice command, which is like your assistant.
Yeah.
Very, very optimized. And then it's now optimized and powered by DeepSeek. Ooh. So the research is in depth, and you get more information, more hits when you trying to get some research going, and it's actually very, very impressive. So the voice command can be programmed to your voice, which is impressive. So you can't speak to my phone. Yeah, so only I can summon Ella once I have programmed my voice. So when I say hi Ella, she responds, but if you say, she's not going to respond. So that's also little things that actually come out impressive.
Yes.
And then you can do most of the search things with Ella. Basically, like, if you have a picture on your screen, you can ask Ella to search and tell you what's that, like, who is that person, or you can tell Ella to extract some information. So without really touching this phone, there's so much you can do, including answering calls, ending calls, sending messages. There's so much.
Wow. Then about the AI eraser stuff.
There's AI eraser, AI extender. When you take a picture, you can add more. Exactly. You can take things out. For me, a lot of people online are making it look amazing and stuff. Happy for them. In my experience, the AI eraser hasn't been perfect. Hasn't even been close to perfect. It's been like 50%.
Okay.
But still very impressive to have that here. I mean, those are things you get on Samsung devices. The S24, 25 Ultras, you're not even getting them on the 22. So if you're not having that on the Tecno Camon40 with under 400,000, that's pretty impressive.
That's a plus.
It has a call assistant that can summarize your calls for you.
Yeah, send me the 14.
You understand? Yeah. It also has this fix for language barriers, where it can translate live translation while you're on a call. So it can translate in a couple of languages, and they're still upgrading it and adding more languages. So it's pretty impressive.
So what more do you think they can incorporate or bring into this AI everything? Because AI is doing everything already. AI voice assistant, AI circuit search, AI eraser, AI this. I don't think there's any
at this point, anything more than this is outright laziness. Like, for real. So I think these are all the tools you need to really go through life as a working person or as a student. So I think students are going to really, really benefit from this CAMON series, to be very honest with you. So if you're in higher education, I really think if you're looking to get a mid-range device, the CAMON series is just what you should be going for.
Nice. Now, talking about being perfect for students and working class, you did mention about the price. Do you think this device actually do what the price?
100%. But if 353,000 is too much for you, every single AI feature here is available on the Camon40, which is about 273 or something like that. So you can always go for that.
Where can someone safely buy this device?
Come on, 100%. There's like official Tecno, registered retailers. You can walk into like a registered retailer shop and get one. You can order them online as well. Let's
wrap it up.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, so far you've said Tecno have improved from where you met them to where they are currently. So, are you looking forward for more improvement, or are you satisfied?
Of course, we can never be satisfied. We'll always keep pushing them to bring us more, to give us better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I'm just going to also make them feel good when it's like when you have a kid and you want them to do well, and you say, hey, go. When they do well, you have to be like, oh, you did good, but I want you to do better. You're not just going to say you didn't do well and then sort of demoralize them or make them feel like they're never going to be enough. I mean, that's not the same with these big companies, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So basically, in the nutshell, I'm very impressed with how far Tecno has come, and the fact that they listen to us, because they are constantly trying to bring high-end flagship features to the middle class, to the low class. So now you have phones. Like, look at this phone. Like the other day, I was taking pictures and people thought I was with a Samsung, like you said.
Exactly.
So you know, you can comfortably keep this on the table with people with all them flagships without feeling like you're out of place. You can also do things on your phone that they can't do on their flagships.
Yes, that's true.
So I mean, this is really impressive. They are focused on the battery, knowing fully well we have power problems here in this part of the world. So they try to make sure that we have, this is 5,200 milliamperes here. So that's extra massive. 200. You understand?
To boost the day.
So yeah, so I think they are constantly trying to solve problems for us, which is what we want.
Yes.
So yeah, for as far as this is concerned, but I'm going to wait to see the 5G version of this. But as far as this and the price range is concerned, I am very impressed.
So if you're looking for an almost flagship device,
100%, 100%. Then for you, based on looking at it and the feel and everything, what's your own take on it? What's your own? What do you think?
Well, this really feels good.
Yeah.
Is this like the casing?
The casing is premium.
Tecno is taking this to the next level.
Yeah, excellent texture on the casing, and I mean,
and the curved screen is nice. Actually gives that
very slick.
That ITEL S22.
Exactly. S22 Ultra.
How that feel? That's nice. Guys, this is dope. You like this? Everything I have said is actually true. Just from the feel of it, I can tell that this device is premium. So check it out. And please don't forget to check out his channel and subscribe.
Explorer.
He has the full review of this already there.
100%. I even have a comparison between this and the CAMON40. So if you're not sure which one you should get between the CAMON40 and the 40 Pro, check my channel and check that video out.
Exactly.
Link in the description.
Don't forget to subscribe to his channel.
Subscribe to Marshall James as well.
Yeah.
Excellent, hardworking, and he brings you all the tech information you need, so you don't want to miss that. Out.
And if you want to see more of this, you know what to do. Just comment.
Let us know in the comments if you like to see more of this, collaboration. Let us know in the comments. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming around.
As always.
Yes. Till next time.
Till we see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.